My mission is simple, to make you money. I'm here to level the playing field for all investors. There's always a bull market somewhere, and I promise to help you find it. Mad Money starts now. Hey, I'm Cramer. Welcome to a special West Coast edition of Mad Money, coming to you from CNBC One Market in San Francisco. Welcome to Cramerica. Other people make friends. I'm just trying to make you a little money. My job is not just to entertain, but to educate and teach you. So call me at 1-800-743-CNBC or tweet me at Jim Cramer. Everything takes too long. Everything's too expensive. If you want to do anything big, you need help. Nvidia is the helper. It's the expediter. It's the cost saver. Nvidia allows you to get it done. There's just one problem. Nvidia is widely misunderstood because on most days of the year, it's so hidden under so many partnerships that it's hard to capture what they do in a spreadsheet. They deliver productivity per share for their clients. I mean, that's what's being bought or taught where I am right now, out west, covering the huge NVIDIA GPU technology conference hosted by CEO Jensen Huang. Now, there's a whole other world back east, the one that produces the summaries like the indices where the Dow advanced 76 points, S&P rose 0.63%, NASDAQ jumped 0.82%, but wait a second, it did go out near its closing lows. I didn't like that. But on Wall Street, we desperately want NVIDIA to predict the sales. Give us some metrics that allow us to figure out if it's worth $3.1 trillion like Microsoft, maybe $2.7 trillion like Apple, or maybe just $1.8 trillion like Alphabet or Amazon, those lowly worms, instead of the $2.2 trillion it's worth now. Yeah, we want Jensen to come out and tell us how NVIDIA is going to cure cancer while beating climate change and breaking down plastic in the oceans and saving the whales while he's at it. Investors are eager for excitement, raised numbers, boosted forecasts. Well, where do you get that today? Because that's not what NVIDIA does. Jensen Huang has reduced us all to laymen, not intentionally, the opposite. He'll ultimately democratize computing, getting rid of code that Fortran or Java or Python or whatever else the vast majority of us never learned, making us all hostage to the autocratic computer class. He's busting up that clique. But what does that have to do with earnings per share, with revenue growth, with the conventional methods of valuing stocks? Nothing. Nothing at all, at least not yet. Consider, by contrast, the other trillionaires. Microsoft has this cloud infrastructure business, a web business, a software business, and it's all right in front of us. Apple needs no explanation. Alphabet? Hey, kids these days learn to Google before they learn how to do homework. Amazon, if you're not a Prime member, then you aren't saving enough time or money to own stocks, so just go sign up already. But how about NVIDIA? They're enterprise-oriented, which means it's behind-the-scenes kind of story. None of this AI stuff impacts you directly unless you happen to own the stock. That's why I actually tried to personalize the story by renaming my dog after NVIDIA many years ago. A lot of people this weekend thanked me for that. I appreciate that. So why come here? Because GTC is a trade show about knowledge. That's right. It's packaging AI and selling it to you by showing you how to be more intelligent and how others are using it to be more intelligent in the enterprise, not in your kitchen or your living room or your PC or your office, but in the business, the company, the workflow, the theft prevention room, the hospital room, the operating room, the doctor's office, the pharmaceutical lab. Unless you're working with or in one of those, you don't know what the heck's going on out here. And even if your work depends on NVIDIA's technology, you might not even know how they're making your job easier or better because it's all behind the curtain. This conference is about how to use AI, something that's almost too revolutionary to discuss, even as Jensen tries to explain it. Much better just to show and tell, like how he could show that he's giving programmers lightning-fast tools so they can write programs for Apple's new Vision Pro. It's a testament to how powerful NVIDIA has become that he can even mention Apple by name. They normally don't let their business partners mention them. Although he didn't talk about the potential deal where Apple gets Google AI in its phone, a story Bloomberg just broke that we're going to mention later. Because NVIDIA toils in the enterprise, we don't really know how it's doing, which is how its market cap snuck up to $2.2 trillion. If you're Amazon or Microsoft or Google, you need to use giant clusters of high-end chips made by NVIDIA because your data center is all about speed. And NVIDIA makes everything go faster. It makes everything understandable to machines, which then know more than any group of people you could ever assemble, no matter how brilliant they are, no matter how many they are. But you can't truly get your head around NVIDIA unless you're at the top of a very big company that's built on computing speed or workflow, and Amazon for coming up with product recommendations, and Instagram for brand new retail stores, a Microsoft Copilot to answer and summarize. Look, a ServiceNow to explain how data goes through your organization. Only these kinds of companies recognize the dire need for NVIDIA chips. They'll deal with a Dell for supercomputers or a CrowdStrike, whom we have on tonight, for programs that can keep out hackers who hopefully don't have their own Nvidia supercomputers. But Nvidia doesn't deal with the consumer on this stuff, which is why the story's so hard for so many to understand. Does this mean we're being let down by this visionary who heads up what could be the most important company in our lives, at least this one day? Hardly. The only people being let down are the ones who thought somehow you could raise numbers today. To raise numbers Nvidia, yeah, you could simply go from hold to buy on this event, even though everyone has a buy on already. No, that is not what's going to happen. What have I heard so far? Pretty simple. The sum of all that Nvidia is doing will indeed create the next industrial revolution, because Nvidia is about the speed with which we can arrive at smarter, better answers. If it takes days or months or years, well, maybe Nvidia will allow that to be hours or weeks or months. If it requires 1,000 software engineers and you only have 500, then Nvidia can be the force multiplier that gets you there cheaper and more quickly than you can find those additional 500 people. Nvidia creates time. Nvidia eliminates waste. Nvidia invents knowledge that hasn't been invented yet and isn't or can't be invented by humans because they are too slow, cost too much, or just aren't smart enough. And in return, to be pedestrian, it makes a ton of money because it has an effective monopoly on all those ethereal outcomes. If you want to create wealth in the stock market, sometimes you need to make a leap of faith that you're getting it right with Jensen, because you have to, because otherwise you won't see it coming, whatever the heck it is. Let's just say, though, I think AI is bigger than the loom or the steam engine or the jet engine or the mainframe or the microprocessor. Hey, perhaps all rolled into one. Everything that's digital is run too slowly or too cumbersome in comparison to what Nvidia can do for it. Nvidia amounts to nothing more than a giant do-over of everything we have that's connected to something else digitally. You just have to hope that there are enough companies that realize they need Nvidia or to be better in the OR, or the factory floor, the animator's easel, or the lab. This trade show, and it is a trade show, this exhibition is about showing you the needs you have without you knowing it. The bottom line. Jensen Huang's got a special talent, one of many, even as you can't see it or hear it or buy it yourself. But maybe that's what makes Nvidia a stock to own and not to trade. Let's go to Phil in California. Phil.
Hey, Jim. Long-time listener to your show. You do a great job. The stock is Oracle, and I was wondering if Larry Ellison's got that going, working into the AI type of work now.
Absolutely. Well, Phil, I appreciate you saying I did a great job. I didn't do a good job on Oracle. They screwed up the quarter twice, and I decided I couldn't take it anymore. And then they just totally delivered in that last quarter. Safra Catz is a terrific CEO. I should have had more faith. The stock is up big because of AI, and Jensen and Nvidia mentioned it several times. So Oracle probably is going higher. It's still a very inexpensive stock. I thank you for the kind words. I wish I had done better. Let's go to Alex in Florida. Alex.
Hey there, Jim. My question is about Barrick Gold, ticker GOLD. I just want to get your thoughts on it. I think it's
I've been disappointed. I mean, gold has had a big run here, and you've not made any money with Barrick. And I've got to tell you, that is incredibly disappointing to me. It's been I don't know what to say. It's got a 2.5% yield. That's the best thing I can say right now. Wow. Let's go to Elizabeth in Florida. Elizabeth.
Hi, Jim. I was wondering, what are your thoughts on Walmart? Is this a good time to buy?
You know something? It is hard to find a bad time to buy Walmart. This stock is just a juggernaut. Management there is so good. Doug McMillon is so good. I think what people have to do is they have to walk the stores. You got to go with me and Emma. Yeah, that's right. We go aisle by aisle by aisle. And we just look at the prices and we can't figure out how they do it. That's my kind of store. Brian in North Carolina. Brian.
Booyah, Jim.
Booyah.
Thank you for all you do. I'm a club member.
Yes. All right. Thank you.
I just want to ask you a quick question on Tesla.
Sure.
What are your thoughts on it?
I thought that the price increase today was very significant. I think Tesla's come down too far. Now, it's $500 billion, so it ain't cheap. The stock is down 30% for the year. When are you going to start a position in Tesla other than right now? All right, listen to me. You just have to hope that there are enough companies that realize that they need Nvidia to be better in whatever workplace they have. This GTC event is about showing you the needs you have without you knowing it. And that's why we're so excited to be out here this week on Mad Money Tonight. When I'm out in San Francisco, I love to get the pulse of the state of tech, and I'm here to listen to a REIT. That's right, REIT, like Prologis, because they serve e-commerce and data centers. And beyond with the CEO, we got to find out. They've got one right down there. I was looking at it earlier. Then CrowdStrike announced a new collaboration with Nvidia to combine AI computing power with CrowdStrike's #1 cybersecurity platform. I'm talking to the cyber CEO to learn more about how the two juggernauts are working together. And as enthusiasm has faded for onsemi's key end markets, think solar and EVs, so has enthusiasm for the stock. Are investors getting that great buying opportunity I've been waiting for? I'm checking in with the company's top brass, so stay with Cramer.
Don't miss a second of Mad Money. Follow @Jim Cramer on X. Have a question? Tweet Cramer. #MadMentions. Send Jim an email to madmoney@cnbc.com or give us a call at 1-800-743-CNBC. Miss something? Head to madmoney.cnbc.com.